Hello everyone, and thank you for being here. I just had a few thoughts. I thought I'd articulate them before we go ahead and see the AV, which we are so proud of. Everybody wants to be a hero. मैं भी बनना चाहता था when I was young. I wanted to be a hero. कुछ कुछ कर के ये वो करके गन पकड़ के स्लो मोशन में गिर के आए managed, became a hero. But to be a true hero in real life is something else. I think there is a reason that we all love heroes. And I think the reason is very, very simple. Ever since time began, the human being has been a survivor. As a species, we've survived all odds. So I think being a hero is like a inner core ingredient in all of us. We all have that aspect of being a hero, that potential inside us. But in the face of adversity, in the face of an impossibility that we all go through, you and me, we all feel lost, we feel confused, we feel scared, we don't know how. And it's at that time that we tend to lose belief in that core strength. We tend to forget that we have the ability to overcome, we have the ability to rise, we have the ability to defeat defeat. And at those times is when we all need someone, something to remind us that we are and we can be strong, that we can overcome, that dreams, as impossible as they might be, can come true. We all need, that symbol that we can look up to that will enable us and empower us to keep moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, these 9 incredible human beings serve as that symbol for all of us today. HRX Heroes this is not just a TV show for me. For me, this is an outstanding series that salutes the hero inside each and every one of us.
Hi, my name is Samar Khan and I had the privilege and the honor of directing this show. So it's been a great experience and thank you Rahul sir for giving me the opportunity and thank you Hrithik for trusting me to handle this particular show and I hope the heroes liked it. मैंने कोशिश करी है आपकी कहानी बयां करने की. There are some shows that really touch your heart and after 20 years of working in the film industry, you've pretty much done lots of documentaries, films, but there comes a time when you really feel humbled and doing these stories was actually a humbling experience because all of us, and I'm saying this from my heart, that all of us complain. We complain about things that, we have so much but we still complain. And these are stories of people who we feel disadvantaged, that they were disadvantaged, but they never felt it. They felt that life had been fair to them and they didn't complain. And they went out to achieve whatever they did. And I want to ask Rahul sir first that, why did you decide to commission the show? I mean, obviously because of me, but you can tell the real reason also. That when I came to you with it, what was your thought, sir?
I was just mentioning to everyone here that Discovery is all about true stories. It's all about stories of great determination, overcoming great odds, and exploring, showing new worlds. And so when you came up with the idea of showcasing people who had done extraordinary things to achieve their life's ambitions, that is what we stand for. And so it was a pretty straightforward fit. Apart from that, we worked with you for a long time and I've troubled you for a lot. So I knew that you would deliver us a great product. Thank you.
I like the word a great product. So that's been achieved. Hrithik, I want to ask you because, you haven't anchored before. You haven't anchored a TV show before. And you decided to, anchor this show. And yes, HRX Heroes, So when you heard these stories, how did you feel while you were anchoring it? Because I remember while I was directing you and you wanted to hear each and every story. And you had this feeling of awe every time I told you a story.
I was deeply touched here. I think there was a moment while I was anchoring, while I was saying what I had to say, and I was feeling so emotional that I was a little concerned that this might look like I'm overdoing it. So, I mean, there's just a way to tell you all how amazing an impact each and every single story of theirs had on me. And the second part of the question was the reason.
Yeah, the reason why you decided to, anchor the show. And
Yeah, I really think that regretfully, when we watch news channels or most of the information that we get from newspapers and news channels, and they're all regretfully mostly focused on the horrors in the world, the chaos and the negativity. And I do not want my children and the youth at large to be molded by fear. There is so much apprehension when you step out into the world. I want to balance that out. My core desire is to balance that out in the world as an individual as much as I can do by bombarding them with the great, with the powerful, with the accomplishments of people who have done the impossible, to give them hope, to give them examples, evidence, so that they may grow up to become powerful, productive, independent, fearless individuals, and that will lead to a happier, more progressive society, country, etc., etc., etc.
wow, those are noble thoughts, but that's, I think, a great start.
Great.
Because these are stories like that. And also, I just want to ask you, as a producer, that is this just the beginning? Would you be wanting to do more of HRX Heroes and continue doing it because of the response that you have got for the show?
I mean, like I said, we are all about great stories, and there's nothing limiting us to just 9. These are, I would say, these are the first 9. And a number of times when you start on a project, and once once people get exposed to that project, you get to hear more and more stories. This is a country of 125 crore people. So there are many, many incredible stories, and I'm hopeful that we can bring more to our viewers.
And Hrithik, what about you? I mean, would you feel that for you also this is just the beginning of HRX Heroes?
I know it. I know that this is just the start, because I feel it. I feel that there's going to be a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh.
And that secures my employment contract for the next 5 years.
No, I must say, this man here has done an incredible job. The kind of effort that you have put in getting all this put together, and the way you have expressed it, truly fantastic.
I don't want to cry on stage, but gratitude, gratitude to everybody, one of you. And I think gratitude to the heroes because it's their story. So without wasting any more time, I'd like to invite all of them on stage, and I'll invite, individually I'll invite them on stage. And please, my only request to you is please give them a round of applause, because they are real heroes. They've actually achieved what all of us can only dream about, I'll start with Kalpana Saroj. She's, I think, an inspiration for all of us, a child bride, someone who didn't have any, facilities, but today is like a chairman of a multi-million company and an inspiration for all of us. Kalpana ji, please, can I have you on stage? I'd like to invite, I'll start with the lady, Harshini Kanekar. She's India's first female fire engineer. Imagine going to a college where you're the only woman and competing and becoming a champion. So Harshini. Then I like to invite, and it's my privilege to invite, a 2-time World Cup winner. He's won 2 World Cups, the T20 and the 50-over World Cup, and both the times Shekhar has beaten Pakistan. So yeah, it's not just Dhoni who beats Pakistan, Shekhar also beats Pakistan. So Shekhar Naik, who's the captain of the Indian blind Indian cricket team. Shekhar. Then I like to invite a gentleman who dreamt about making a plane. You know, we can't even dream about it. Saji Thomas, you know, who couldn't hear, who couldn't talk, but he made a plane that flies, and it's an incredible story of someone who just dreamt he could do it. Then another person who has beaten Asian champions, who's beaten world champions, but unfortunately because he couldn't hear and he couldn't talk, they didn't let him go and compete for India. Gunga Pahalwan, you know, whose story is another incredible story of someone who believed that he could beat the best, and he's actually beaten all of them. And he always keeps smiling for reasons only known to him. He keeps smiling. Then I would like to invite another dear friend of mine. We were together in the National Defence Academy, and Naveen Gulia is someone who has, you know, beaten all the odds. He drove to the highest motorable pass. He now wants to parasail. He wants to see the world, you know, sail across the world, and I don't know what else he wants to do, but yeah, Naveen. And my most favorite person, who's a very dear friend, who keeps pulling my leg and bullying me, Sangram Singh, who as a child had rheumatic arthritis. He was never supposed to even walk, but today is a well-known wrestler, TV personality, and so much more. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, these are all the heroes. We couldn't get Sudha Chandran because she had prior commitments, and Supreet because she had another commitment, but these are the 7 of them, and this is your photo op. To please take this picture because these are the real heroes. Okay, thank you guys, and like I said, the questions, the floor is open for people who want to ask. Please feel free. All my erstwhile friends from the media, Pannuji, check, and my other friends were here. Any questions that you will have for them, for Hrithik, for Rahul sir? Yes, we're all sitting down. Yeah, so the floor is open. Please feel free to ask.
आपसे सवाल है मेरा, आपने ऐसी कौन चीज़ों पे विजय हासिल की हीरो बनने से पहले, जिन चीज़ों को आप हीरो बनने से पहले काफ़ी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ा था आपको?
Yeah, I don't think this is the kind of platform that I would want to talk about myself, first of all. लेकिन इतना है कि yes, अगर मेरी लाइफ में कोई स्ट्रगल ना होती, if I had not overcome and realized and understood the skill of moving forward and defeating defeat, जैसा कि the tagline is, I would have not understood as well what they must have gone through. So it is very important as an individual to go through your fear, allow yourself to go through those harsh situations that we have to. You can't escape it, but keep going through it. Don't succumb to it. So through my experience, I realized a lot of things, and uske through I realized that there is something that we need to tell others, because few of us who have crossed that line and understood कि ऐसा हो सकता है, you don't have to give up. It becomes a responsibility now for those people to tell others, don't give up. It is possible. Dreams can come true. So from my experience, that's what I learned, and it helped me to appreciate all these heroes even more, you know.
वीकडेज में रखने का क्या मतलब कोई इसके पीछे सोच है कि वीक मंडे एंड ट्यूसडे हम रख रहे हैं, सैटरडे संडे नहीं रख रहे हैं कुछ?
No, it will come again on Saturday and Sunday.
So वो रिपीट टेलीकास्ट. और ऐसे कई इश्यूज पे शोज बने हैं ऋतिक, ये आखिरी सवाल होगा मेरा कि बच्चन साहब भी बात कर रहे हैं वीकेंड पे, आमिर का भी शो आता है सत्यमेव जयते, मुद्दों पे लोगों से जुड़ा हुआ, तो अपना शो कितना अलग है या किस तरीके से आप इस शो को देखते हैं?
Okay, I'll answer that question for you because see, every show is about achievers. Satyamev Jayate is a different kind of a show where they talk about people who have achieved in their own right, and those are about other problems. These are people who are real stories who overcame what they felt was their difficulty and obstacle. So it's about individual stories. So yes, there is a certain amount of similarity and there's a certain amount of difference, you know, in each show. But I think it's important for us to understand that everybody around is now celebrating these heroes. So it's not
Competition nahi.
it's not a competition.
It's not a competition. The more the better. We need to spread more awareness about the positive.
राहुल जी, जो हीरोज नहीं बन पाए कुछ लोग,
जैसे
मंजिल
मैंने-
तक पहुंचते अटक जाते हैं।
जैसे ऋतिक ने अभी कहा कि कोशिश मत छोड़िए, तो कोशिश करना हम लोगों का काम है, एक ना एक दिन मंजिल तो मिलेगी फिर।
I think also I would just like to add to that this is directed towards people who are on the verge of giving up, who are looking for inspiration, looking for evidence, some example, some hope that some things that they are thinking is impossible could be possible. So in fact, it is for them. This is for them.
या थैंक्स।
Yes, please.
And I think we can get one of the heroes to say
Naveen would like to say
Naveen
something
would
to
like
your for your question. Hold on.
सी मैं 1000 बार हारने के बाद एक बार जीता हूं और यही जज्बा हमारे अंदर होना चाहिए कि हम हमेशा बढ़ते रहें चाहे 1000 बार हारें। जो आपने डिफीट बताया ना, हार को हराना, वही मेरी कविता है जिसकी 2 लाइन में आपको सुनाता हूं अनुमति से। ना करे विचलित मुश्किल न जिसको झुकाए, हार जिससे हार गई सोचे बहुत उपाय, वीर उसको जानिए जो हर संकट हर जाए, विवेक को अपनी शक्ति बना संयम को कर प्रबल, विकट स्थिति में रह अपने असूलों पर तू अडिग अचल, जो डगमगा गया अपनी कर्म भूमि पर वो इंसान ही क्या कहलाएगा, जो चलता रहा तूफानों में अपनी मंजिल को अंत में वो ही तो पाएगा, संकट जिसकी शक्ति बने आंधी न जिसको हिलाए, हार जिससे हार गई सोचे बहुत उपाय, वीर उसको जानिए जो हर संकट हार जाए। थैंक यू।
What was your feeling, and did you got emotional with them when you were doing the show?
I'll tell you my experience, and I think that will be the experience that I think I want all the viewers to also have. I saw myself, yeah. Whenever I see, when I heard of the story, normally that's what we do now. When we hear of something heroic, we try and compare. Subconsciously, एक comparison होता है कि यार इसने ये कर पाया, शायद मैं भी कर सकूं, इसने क्या किया, इसने ये किया और फिर वो किया, he did not give up and then he went on, but he failed again, but then he tried again and then he went on and then something happened, the universe gave him one stroke of luck and magic happened. So maybe in my life also, if I keep going on, even if I fail, I'll try again and I'll keep going on. So these are examples that evoke that hope inside your heart, and that's what happened with me even more when I heard their stories, and that is, I hope, what happens, I know will happen to all of you when you see their stories.
सर आपको पता था कि कमबैक जो रेसलिंग में था वो आपका जो फाइट था वो फाइट फॉर डेथ, लाइक यू नो डेथ टू लाइफ जो आपका जो था, तो फिर भी आपने ये चांस क्यों लिया और व्हाट वाज द रीजन ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू दैट फाइट टू डेथ?
एक्चुअली मैं सबसे पहले कहना चाहूँगा कि मैं जो कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ, जो कुछ भी हूँ, वो सिर्फ रेसलिंग से हूँ। अगर मेरे नाम के आगे से रेसलर शब्द हटा दो तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ। और पिछले जैसे मैंने कोशिश किया था, पहले मैं इंडिया के लिए मैच्योर रेसलिंग खेला हूँ, ये मुझे मौका मिला कि मैं पहला रेसलर हूँ, फिर मैंने प्रो कन्वर्ट किया, कुछ सिचुएशन ऐसी रही। फिर उसके बाद मैंने फाइट पहले किया तब मेरे शोल्डर में फ्रैक्चर हो गया था और नोज में फ्रैक्चर हो गया था। तो 3 साल से मैं सही मोमेंट का वेट कर रहा था कि फिर वापसी करूं, फिर कोशिश करूं। और मैं चाहता हूं कि मैं बच्चों को बोलूंगा ये करो, वो करेंगे नहीं, आपको प्रैक्टिकल करना पड़ता है। अब मैं चाहता हूं कि ढेर सारे जो एस्पायरिंग बच्चे हैं वो स्पोर्ट्स में आए, अपना करियर बनाए, उनकी फैमिली का करियर बने। तो ये टफ था, थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट था, मगर एक मेरे लिए एक्साइटमेंट थी जो किया, और मैं एक बड़ी फाइट अब फिर करने जा रहा हूं। तो कम बैक करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल था, मगर फिर धीरे धीरे कहते हैं ना कि डर के आगे जीत है, तो वही था। अच्छा रहा ये अनुभव।
आपने ये 9 जब हीरोज हैं उनका चयन करने के पीछे, क्योंकि और भी हीरोज हैं हमारे यहाँ, तो इन 9 लोगों का चयन करने के पीछे क्या सोच थी आपकी?
सर सोच यही थी कि ये सब के सब अलग अलग तरह की अकम्पलिशमेंट का रिप्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं। किसी ने स्पोर्ट्स में किया है, किसी ने बिजनेस में किया है। somebody overcame the fact that she was एक वो औरत थी मर्दों के बीच में। तो हमने कोशिश ये करी है कि अचीवमेंट इन डिफरेंट फील्ड्स एंड डिफीटिंग डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ fears and different kinds of stigmas and different kinds of obstacles. But it was honestly बहुत मुश्किल था because there are millions of stories out there. तो मतलब डिस्कवरी की टीम ने हमारी बहुत मदद करी रिसर्च में, और हमने कोशिश ये करी कि ये थोड़ी स्टोरीज आप लोग जानते हैं, इन लोगों को आप जानते हैं, शायद कुछ लोगों की आपने कहानियां सुनी भी हुई हैं। तो जस्ट टू कीप अ मिक्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग, कि थोड़े जाने पहचाने लोग भी हों, थोड़े नए लोग भी हों, और अलग अलग तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स को जिन्होंने ओवरकम किया है उसको मिक्स करके 9। लेकिन जैसा राहुल सर ने कहा कि कोशिश ये रहेगी कि अब अगले साल और 9 कहानियां, 20 कहानियां, मतलब कहानियों को हम और ढूंढ के लाएं देश से। सो ये सिर्फ शुरुआत थी एक।
और जब आप इन 9 लोगों के शौर्य पे, आई रिपीट शौर्य,
जी सर
तो जब आप बना रहे थे तो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या था?
सर सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज था इनकी कहानियों का जो इमोशन है उसको ऑडियंस के सामने लाना, बिकॉज दीज स्टोरीज आर इनक्रेडिबल स्टोरीज। सो एज ए डायरेक्टर मेरा सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज था कि एक तो फैक्ट के साथ रहें, बिकॉज हम डिस्कवरी पे हैं जो कि एक ऐसा चैनल है जो इट्स नॉट अ जीसी, वी कांट गो रॉन्ग, एक फैक्चुअली वी हैड टू बी करेक्ट। और दूसरा चैलेंज ये था सर कि इनकी कहानियों से ऑडियंस कनेक्ट कर पाए। तो वो कनेक्शन जो मैंने कोशिश करी है, एंड आई होप आई बीन एबल टू सक्सीड इन दैट, कि इनका जो इमोशन था, इनकी जो स्ट्रगल थी और इनकी जो कहानी है वो 23 मिनट में हमने बताने की कोशिश की है, और एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट ऑडियंस से हो जाए, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इन ऑल देयर स्टोरीज, द इमोशनल कनेक्ट विद द ऑडियंस।
Kalpana ji, yours is an incredibly inspiring story. You are also a Padma Shri awardee. You know, we say that behind every hero there is a woman who becomes their silent support during their turbulent times. You are a woman yourself. My question is, who has been your silent support through your inspiring journey?
कि आप वो कह रहे हैं कि जब हर मर्द के पीछे एक औरत होती है, लेकिन आप खुद औरत है और आप सक्सेसफुल है, तो आपके पीछे सपोर्ट कौन था जिसने आपको इंस्पायर किया और आपके साथ चलते रहे?
ऐसे है कि जिस तरह की जिंदगी मैंने जी है, या जो शुरुआत मेरी जिंदगी में हुई थी, उस वक्त कोई सपोर्ट खैर था ही नहीं, बल्कि हर जगह पे सिर्फ अंधेरा था और उस अंधेरे से मुझे बाहर निकलना था। तो सिर्फ एक था कि डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जिन्होंने हमें जीना सिखाया, उनकी प्रेरणा को लेकर मैंने आगे बढ़ना सीखा। और जिन मुश्किलात से, जिन हालात से मैं गुजरी, जब मैं मुंबई आई, मुंबई एक्चुअली मेरी कर्म भूमि है, यहाँ मैं आई, एक विदर्भ के छोटे से गांव से मैं यहाँ आई तो मैंने ना कभी कोई लोकल ट्रेन देखी थी, ना ही इतने बड़े रास्ते देखे थे। मुझे तो चलना भी मुश्किल था, लोकल ट्रेन में चढ़ना भी मुश्किल था, कहीं बार गिरी, कहीं बार उठी, लेकिन अपनी जिद को नहीं छोड़ा, क्योंकि मुझे आगे बढ़ना था और मैं आगे बढ़ती ही चली गई। संघर्ष बहुत किया, यूँ समझिए कि आग का दरिया था जिसे पार करके जाना था, इतना संघर्ष करना ही था, इसीलिए इस मुकाम पे शायद मैं पहुंची हूँ।
Who has been your silent supporter, especially the woman in your family who you would like to acknowledge? I think what supported me the most was a visual of myself 5 years from now. I could see myself. I chose to sit and imagine and see myself doing the things that I wanted to do, and the things that people said I should not, because it would not be safe, or I'd be stupid if I do it. And I possibly could not at that point of time. But my ideal me, the better me, I could see. And the better me, I could actually, in my, I had a recurring dream, a daydream, which I used to sit while I'm driving my car. I used to look at that guy, and he was on top of that mountain. His hair was flying in the breeze, and he was waving at me, and he's saying, you can, come. I used to see him. And then, of course, I grew my hair for Krishan on, and I became that guy. So, I think that has been my greatest, I was locked onto that visual. And I think that's what manifested somehow. Maybe that magic does exist, That's what happened to me.
What about silent support coming from your family, mom, dad, sister?
Of course, without an emotional support, it becomes harder. But I would not advocate, I would not tell people that you can't do it if you don't have the emotional support. In fact, I believe all the resources that you need as a human being, you have within you. Sometimes we feel the lack of love, or lack of someone who's not there to hold us, to tell us that you can, to hug us. But I don't want to propagate that, because I believe that you can do it without that. If you just become the source, I know they are difficult, my words are a little abstract, but I have practiced it. I am an example of it. So that's why I'm telling you that I have lived it. When I wanted to feel love, I just became love. I gave love to every single person I came across, in any room, in any street, anywhere. And the reactions that I got back was full of love, so it filled me up. So my emotional support became me myself. I became the source of everything that I needed. And then by practice, I became better and better and stronger at it. I think that's the way I can articulate it right now.
हाँ कि जब आप पढ़ रही थी उधर फायर फाइटिंग के कोर्सेस, उस टाइम जैसे आप बता रही थी कि पुरुषों में आप महिला एक ही थी, उस टाइम आपको बहुत सारी मुश्किलें भी आई. तो कई बार लड़कियां क्या होती है, ऐसे सिचुएशन से भाग जाती है, लेकिन आप उस सिचुएशन से अपने आप को कैसे उबारी और कैसे अपने आप को स्ट्रांग बनाई और आगे बढ़ी, ये थोड़ा बताइए.
मेरा पैशन पहले से ये था कि मुझे किसी यूनिफॉर्म फील्ड में जाना था, और ये बड़ी मुश्किलों के साथ मैंने वो कॉलेज में एडमिशन लिया. मेरा यूपीएससी एंट्रेंस क्लियर हुआ. इट वाज लाइक हिस्टोरिकल मोमेंट फॉर दैट कॉलेज कि मेरा नाम पहली बार मिस अर्शनी कानेकर लिखा गया सिंस 1956. इट वाज अ बिग मोमेंट फॉर दैट कॉलेज एंड फॉर मी ऑल्सो. और हाँ, दिक्कतें आई, और वो दिक्कतों को मैंने पॉजिटिवली लिया. मैं चाहती थी कि और दिक्कतें, वो दिक्कतों की वजह से मैं और ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग बनती गई, और मैं मेरे पैशन से और ज़्यादा करीब आ सकी. सो आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू देम, जिन्होंने मुझे दिक्कतें दी. आई लव देम ऑल. आई लव देम. थैंक यू.
ऋतिक जी, आपसे मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं जो मतलब कुछ अचीवमेंट करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन वो नहीं कर पाते हैं और बाद में फिर गलत कदम उठाते हैं. तो आप उन लोगों के लिए क्या सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगे कि अगर आपको कोई सपने हैं लेकिन आपको मिला नहीं, तो फिर वो कैसे अपनी लाइफ को आगे बढ़ाएं, कोई गलत कदम न उठाएं?
मेरे लिए HRX is a platform where I think I'm even more driven towards the children and the youth. और जिन बच्चों की बात आप कर रहे हो, those are my that's my goal. That is where I want HRX to make the biggest impact on the children. And I think it's on the cards, and very soon, hopefully, I will put something together for that.
Thank you, everybody. I think we'll just take one last photo up, and then the heroes are here, everybody is here, and we can continue the interaction over lunch. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for taking the time and the trouble.